Hey guys, Andrew the Realtor here. Sorry, the camera caught me off guard. And coming to you live about three-quarters of the way through through the month of June. So anyway, guys, I want to get right to the numbers because you guys know, if you read my newsletters, and I hope you guys do, I do try to get some really good information in there. If you're reading it, chances are it's because it's real estate or real estate related. Those who know me pretty well know that I'm not going to give you any cookie baking recipes or the best way of doing this or the other. Definitely not my forte. What is my forte and has been certainly the past few months in terms of numbers is the real estate market. I've done more seminars this year than I can remember doing the past two or three. First time home buyer and first time investor seminar specifically. So I'm looking at all these numbers and not to pat my back, not to pat my back certainly, but to give some credit to not only my research, but the research I've gotten from some business coaches that I know and some other colleagues and other people who are in the business of real estate. The numbers the information that I've been giving and I've had is actually very, very correct. I've had a few very friendly arguments, even online with folks that are thinking markets going one way when the truth is, yeah, certainly the numbers and so far the few months that we've had in the year indicate that the market is going in a very specific direction. So guys, if you see my newsletters, and I hope you have, I've been doing kind of an update every single month, certainly last month and the month before that, and I've told you about the way COVID has affected the market and how much it has not affected the market. By that I mean it was a very crazy spring market, as you guys might remember, and it was going up and up and up, and supposed to be the second busiest spring market in decades after 2017. What happened? COVID hit right about the beginning to middle of March, and everything slowed down. Quite amazing. And as you guys might recall, the numbers that I showed you in the last two newsletters, the prices actually overall didn't even go down, which is quite amazing. I'll tell you why that's all the more important to know right now. And what now is the 20th of June, or whenever you're reading this, towards the end of the latter half of June, why it's important to know. So listen, let's get right to the stats here. I want to show this to you guys. I'm going to minimize myself here down to a little guy here. That's perfect for me. Okay, so I'm not going to get into this quite yet. I want to show you the stats for last month, and it's going to be in the newsletter as well. So let's take a look at this. And I can't see myself, but that's not important. Have a look at what is happening with these are the numbers in May. Okay, so the numbers in May, sold prices first and foremost. You guys see down 53%, 53.7% homes sold in May of this year versus last year. Of course, that's the case. We're still at that last month and this month, still recovering from COVID and that kind of thing. However, please understand, and you'll see this in an article I'm including in the newsletter, the number of sales in May, when we're up 50% from that of April, which are much higher than the month of March. I'll give you some basic numbers. Overall, in March, April, we were selling, March-ish, we were selling maybe 100 homes a day, which is not a lot, the GTA. Then April, May-ish, we're selling upwards of 150. Currently, we're at 250 to 300 a day in sales. So you see how those numbers are starting to spike up. The interesting thing is, look at the average price. This is May of just last month. Look at the average price here. And you're looking from 838 to 863. So again, got to take this in the worldwide context or international context. We're in a worldwide pandemic and of getting out of it. And whatever you may think of that and how serious or maybe not quite as serious it is, that's up to you. Look at the numbers. The fact is that the prices are up. In May, we're up on average versus May of the year before, including COVID and including everything else, the lockdown and numerous other issues that people have to deal with because of the COVID situation. So average price up 3%, sales still down compared to last year, but way up from the month of April, so the month before that. Active listings still low, and new listings are still low. Look at the differences here. Active listings, homes that are currently available on the market in 2019, May of 2019, were 20,000, which is a balanced market. If you guys have been to my seminars, remember these numbers. 20,000 active listings in the GTA is a balanced market. And so we kind of work off that. We had that in May, and that's usually something we get towards the end of May, beginning of June of most normal years. In May, in last month, we had 11,400. Very lower inventory than we should have. And because not a lot of people want to put their homes on the market, they see things are not selling the way they normally would, at least most of the time in some areas. And so that's why people were hesitant because of COVID. However, a lot of the hesitancy isn't really necessary, and I'll show you why that is. So new listings down, active listings, everything down except for price. And why is that important now? I'm going to show you some stats you guys will not see elsewhere. This is representative of a company that is that does a lot of the showings, bookings, showings, offer registrations, all those things in the Toronto Real Estate Board. It's not all brokerages, but it's a large swath of them, and this is very indicative of what I've been seeing in the market now. So have a look at this right here. So this is the last 90 days showings and offers. These are showings. I'm going to minimize myself even more. So take a look at this, guys. This is the pattern, and you'll notice some of these patterns read from my previous newsletters. So obviously March, beginning of March, very, very crazy, and right about the second week of March, when the spring break was happening, we learned about schools closing, daycare closing, a whole bunch of stuff closing down. That was a big deal, still is a big deal. And so things were down. Things were a bit of a lull right at the beginning of April, and then, as I mentioned in my last newsletter, up and up and up and up and up. So guys, look at this. This is taking us well into the first couple of weeks of June, this month. And notice the steady rise of showings. Showings lead to offers. Showings lead to people purchasing stuff. So what I'm leading into here is that when I finished my last newsletter, when I gave you guys the update in May, what I was saying is there are two things that could happen. And people are saying, Mike, it's going to come down, it's going to crash, and unemployment. I really don't see it happening because of the supply and demand situation that is still very accurate. Supply and demand is still very accurate in this kind of market, in any kind of free market, really. And I'll show you what the supply has been showing consistently, that it is lagging, and the demand is showing, especially this month, that it is increasing substantially. Look at the showings. Showings is demand. These are buyers who are getting back into the market. And you might remember me saying something particularly that I find fairly accurate. When something big happens, the next step in terms of real estate, buyers go first, sellers go second. That is, those buyers who were kind of holding off because they weren't sure what was going on, that pent-up demand, as I like to say, that is going forward. And then sellers realize, hey, people are buying, people are showing, people are looking at places. I actually can go with my plans for selling this particular year. And so buyers first, sellers second, which is what's going to happen. It's been happening, and it's going to continue to happen in the next few months. So these are the showings. Let me show you something else interesting. Offers. I'm going to take it with the showings. Offers. This is what's happening with offers. Notice that low time, end of March, beginning of April, right in here, and then you see it going up and up and up and up. Yes, we had a big spike specifically in the beginning of June, whatever that may be. Just more happens than anything else. But look at the pattern. Look at the pattern that's developing. That's pretty amazing. So I'll show you some other numbers right here. So this is last 30 days, GTA market trends. Let's go just to showings. Showings we've already seen. I'm going to turn this stuff off here. So showings, again, up and up and up and up and up. So consistency, lows and the highs are both increasing. Let's look at offers. Same thing I just showed you before. Same pattern, just last 30 days. New listings. Look at that. Consistently going up and up and up. But still not, interestingly, the increase of listings is not keeping up with the increase of offers. What does that mean? That means there's a lot of demand, and it leads us into what is basically a seller's market. The demand is too much for the supply, and that is something that the GTA consistently has to deal with the exception of maybe summertime or holidays when things are a little more balanced. Take a look at the solds. Consistency. This is just the past 30 days. Middle of May to close to the middle of this month, middle of June, up, 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 up. So here's the thing, guys. Showings are up. Offer registrations are up. Sales are up. So what is happening right now, and I want to make this important because this is one of those things that I hope you rely on me for in terms of just good information. What I'm seeing in the market right now, and I'm with buyers, and I specifically check West GTA, East GTA just to see. What I'm seeing on a regular basis is the listings that are coming on the market, maybe a half to a third to a half, some areas more, some areas less, are coming on the market with offer dates. What that means is that either the agent, the seller, or both anticipate enough interest in that particular home to be able to sell it within a week, week and a half, whatever, have the offer date, have plenty of offers. And it is happening all over the place, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on my buyer side, I'm seeing it on the seller side with my listings as well. So what does that tell you? First of all, the market is doing particularly well, and it's very healthy. The resiliency of the GTA housing market is, well, it can't be overstated, to be quite honest with you, because I've shown you the kind of numbers we've seen in just the past few months here in the GTA, COVID included. So not only is the market good and healthy, hopefully that will also alleviate and help others In a healthy market also shows that people have confidence in the market. It also shows that people are getting back to work. Some people are getting back to employment. And those who were unemployed for a little while or underemployed are now getting more employed. So will there be some sort of a effect maybe in a few months because people have been unemployed for a while? Maybe they don't get their job back after things open up. There's a possibility of some effect there. But guys, in the end, in the GTA, supply and demand is a big deal. As of today, just this morning before doing this new newsletter video, I wanted to check out what the inventory was. Currently around 14,500 active listings in the GTA. What is it supposed to be? Closer to 20,000, 21,000. What does that tell you guys? Pent-up demand is going to keep going. So the two options that I kind of gave the market even 2 or 3 months ago, what's going to happen when things open up? One of two things. One, it's just going to be a normal market and going to slowly ease into things. There's going to be supply and there's going to be demand. It's going to be fairly balanced for the next little while until things get back to normal with the whole COVID and opening up situation. Or the second thing, it's going to be fairly crazy. You know what's happening? More of the second thing. And more than likely for the next 2 months, probably well into the fall and into the holidays, the market is going to be a little more seller friendly. So buyers, I'm working with lots of buyers right now. If any of you are thinking of still buying or have people that are thinking of buying, definitely have to know the numbers. The key is it's not like 2017 and it's just, you know, a shot in the dark. No, it's definitely doable. It's definitely feasible, but you have to be absolutely totally prepared. And I have good mortgage people for that. They, you know, if anyone needs help, anyone needs a good referral to somebody who's trustworthy and transparent and ethical in financing, I have 2 or 3 people, well, actually 3 or 4 people that are very, very, I keep a tight-knit group of people that are in the financing. So the key is to be prepared, know what you're looking for, know what areas you want to get into, and for all information that I can obviously provide, be it from, you know, the first-time homebuyers who I like to work with up to the luxury market area where I'm beginning to work more and more and definitely interested in as well. So guys, overall, it's going to be a seller's market for the next little while. Buyers need to really strap on and be ready to move quickly. Sellers, don't be frightened with the COVID situation. Do not. If your house is priced well, and you can even price a little bit low for multiple offers, homes will sell. Homes will sell. Now, if you're looking at the higher price bracket, it depends on the area. Are you in Deer Park? Are you in Lawrence Park? Are you in Bedford Park? Are you further up in Kingston City, or maybe on Barclay Estates over in like North Pickering? So it depends on where you are in terms of the luxury department. But homes that are more from first-time home buyer up to maybe a million, a little over $1 million, those homes are selling. And sweet heavens, if you're looking to sell, definitely contact me. If you have a friend who's looking to sell, I mean, you guys know, even if maybe there's another direction that they're going, I'm more than happy to give some information to help them go in that direction all the better, all the more equipped. So guys, hope this wasn't too long, but it's really good information because I've noticed people are still believing things that they hear in the media and such. And I think even the media is starting to catch on. Hey, this market is really resilient. And you know what? While it's a good time to buy it, it's a really good time to sell while striking while the iron is hot, so to speak. Guys, have a fantastic rest of your June, and I certainly will see you in July for the July newsletter. If you need anything, contact me. Thank you so much for your time.